All right, y'all. Hey, today we got our first ever chess openings marathon, meaning that every single game we're going to be going with a different chess opening. Okay, every single game we're going with something different. We're going to be going with a lot of different things. We're talking about the Caro-Kann, Sicilian, Modern, as White, Ponziani, English, Grob, whatever, you name it. Let me know in the chat section what you want to see. And yeah, let's get this thing going. So every game we're playing something different. Let's see what we got our first game here. Okay, the move of e4. Let's kick things off here with a Caro-Kann. See how White responds to that. Okay, so we got d4. We can play d5. Exchange variation. Fair enough. Okay, so White here is going for a pretty standard approach. I think Magnus Carlsen plays this actually. Yeah, Magnus goes with this quite a bit. Yep, so solid setup, pretty strong. Okay, I'm going to take it slow here, play a6. As a Caro-Kann player, I can't be in a rush in terms of activating my pieces. I do like the idea of, yeah, let's go bishop g4, just to get that bishop active. Queen b3. We can go with queen up. Yeah, queen up. Start with that. Okay. Knight f3 is on the board. Let's try e6. Okay, just trying to develop naturally here. That's all we're trying to do. Yeah, I mean, bishop d6. That could happen. I mean, the only issue there is that b7 is attacked, right? So as a Caro-Kann player, you have to be careful with this queen on b3, looking down at that guy. Sometimes you have traps. I don't think we quite have one here. Takes, queen takes. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Almost. Okay, so for that reason, let's go bishop e7. Looking at castle. Okay, we will castle. We'll get the heck out of there. Okay, very solid structure here for black. Yeah, I mean, White has solid structure as well. Knight e5. I mean, we got to take it, right? Yeah, we got to take this guy. Okay, so we'll capture this. Interesting moment here for White if they want to take with the bishop or the pawn. Okay, so they go bishop. I think there we can go bishop h5, bishop g6. I could try bishop f5 as well, because this is their good bishop. I mean, both bishops are good, but this is a strong minor piece for White. So yeah, we could retreat a little bit there. Okay, looking to trade down. The c file is definitely something we want to eye up at some point here. Okay, queen c2. We will, yep, start with bishop g6. I'm guessing we'll see f4. Advancing at this point. But we'll see. Yeah, hope y'all having a good day. Yeah, we out here every single game doing a different chess opening. Every single one. Okay. So we started this thing off with the Caro-Kann, and yeah, let me know in the chat what other openings you want to see. Sicilian, Owens, Modern, freaking French, Scandi, PIRC or PIRC, depending on where you're from, Alekines, Nimzowitsch, Hippo. As you can tell, I know way too many openings. Okay, takes, we can capture back. I want to get my rook active, but that's, no, I don't want that backwards pawn. So let's take towards the center, keep all this solid. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. I'm actually leaning towards taking with the pawn. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like this gives me very solid control over a lot of squares here, which is good. And I could even go king g7 rook to the corner there. These are doubled. I don't care right now. I mean, just because you got double pawns doesn't mean you're in trouble. These are very solid. Where you get in trouble is if it's doubled and isolated, right? That's what you don't want. So yeah, my pawn is completely neutralizing that knight. If I had a bishop there, the knight could still jump in. Yeah, let's just play a quiet move here. Yep, king g7, maybe rook h8. I don't really know if I'm going to get much attacking chess here, though, against the enemy king, but even g5 is interesting to me. I mean, it's defended twice, so yeah. Okay, rook e3, fair enough. Let's go with b5 looks interesting. b5, getting a grip on c4. We go rook c8 from that point, push. Could go rook h8 as well, maybe double up. Maybe go crazy. Nah, I don't think so. I think with this rook lift, that might be a little bit much. A little bit much. Okay, let's play b5. Just take some space. a4 can't happen. c4 can't happen. Okay, we have doubling up. Let's go with... yeah, rook c8, semi-open file. b4 is in the air. Pushing that guy up. I mean, yeah, looking to target the pawn on c3. So yeah, I mean that's solid. I mean, the Caro-Kann can often give you a very pleasant, solid game. There are ways white can try to mess it up. I mean, Tennyson Gambit, 2 knights attack. What else? Panov. There's an obvious one I'm missing right now. What's the oh, Alien? That's what it is. The Alien Gambit, the one that's been rising in popularity. I don't think that Gambit's going anywhere, by the way. So if you play the Caro-Kann, you better figure out the refutation against the Alien. All right, knight h4. Okay, that's interesting. So white here is heavily targeting my king side. I mean, looking at g6, I'm guessing we'll see this soon, maybe. I kind of want to slow that down with bishop d6. So let's start with that. Slow down rook g3. I'm assuming that's what white's wanting to do here. You can't put something on f3 without the knight getting trapped. Rook h8 might be more appealing in the near future based on how white sets this up. Yeah, but white has a solid position. I don't think either of us right now have major weaknesses in terms of pawn structure or anything. G6 is loose, so I got to be aware of that. I could play f5 at some point if I want to /need to, but that's kind of a last resort, as I don't want that knight coming back, and I definitely don't want to push both of these because then e6 becomes weak. Yeah, I don't want to push my pawns if I don't have to. G5 looks kind of fun though, I'll be honest. b4, rook to the corner, g5. Well, okay. I mean, this is actually interesting. I guess they could guard it, but in general, this pawn could push twice to really knock that knight off of h2, but pushing a g pawn in front of your king is not the usual Caro-Kann technique, right? I mean, I'm a hippo player, very similar to the king's Indian defense in a lot of spots. I'm very used to pushing pawns in front of my king, but not always recommended, depending on the system. So yeah, my guy here, Yuri TikTok. I don't know if he's on TikTok or not right now, but he's taking his time here. Can't blame him for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people say don't move pawns in front of your king. When I'm going to teach at elementary schools, I'm not telling the kids to push pawns and push pawns, right? I'm opposite of that. But the more you play chess, the more you learn when to bend the rules. and putting a knight on the edge, pushing your pawns, not castling. Those are probably the biggest ones. Yeah, those are the better you get, the more you play, learning when, how, where. Did I already say that? I don't know. That's where you want to focus a lot of energy too. Whoa. Okay, I will be honest with y'all. That was just not on my radar somehow. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, fair enough. I mean, worst comes to worst, I play rook e8. I'm down a pawn, right, as a bailout. My mind is also getting distracted by rook h8, potentially. This is interesting. Okay, so first off, if I take, we have check, I run, check, I block, check, I block, rook lift, rook g8, or queen h7, looks fine. I don't know if this is sound, unless I'm missing something. Takes, queen captures, king back. I think I'm okay there. I think I'm okay. I guess they could check and then take again. But I'm gonna start with taking. See what white has in store. Okay, king h8 is forced. If rook e3, I have queen h7. White's gonna have to trade or give me back rank mate potentially. So I don't think rook e3 is gonna get it done for white. Okay, we see it. All right, let's see how this plays out. So queen h7 looks good to me. Offer a trade. I'm up 3 points in material right now. Yeah. Up 3. Maybe they'll take? I don't know. I mean, okay, takes. I could check. That could work. And then check again. I don't know if I love this move. I don't mind it though. Takes, queen g5. And then I got the back rank mate threat. And trading is what I want here. I have an extra rook for, what, 2 pawns right now? Yeah. So that looks solid to me. Okay. The queen runs back, and we win. All right. Let's keep it moving here. New 10-minute game. Trevor, Luis, David, Round Elephant, Tony, JC, No Fix, all y'all. What's up? Okay. E4. All right. So first game we had a Caro-Kann. We got to mix it up now. Let's go with Nimzowitsch defense. See how white responds to that. Okay. Knight f3. Okay, this is a very unsound opening, and I probably shouldn't be playing it in a 10-minute match against a 23-41, but here we go. The Colorado counter gambit with f5. Is it sound? No. Is it fun? Yes. I mean, there's a lot of things that white could do to mess this up. It's a 10-minute game, so, you know, probably won't probably won't see white drop this, but we'll see. I mean, it's hard to play against if you don't know what to do. Okay, bishop b5. Okay, so far they're playing perfectly, so that's great. All right, we will take on f5. Okay, we take. That was a good move on their part. Okay, knight d4. Okay, I don't think they're technically in the best line according to the engine, but obviously white is still in a good spot. Bishop's attacked, pawn's attacked. I could play queen d7. I kind of like that. I'm trying to develop. I don't necessarily want to run backwards at this point. Okay, now I really want to play e5 because I don't want this pawn to be stuck on e6 forever. But what's the problem with that? e5, pin. It looks okay to me. Bishop d6. We push. Yeah, I think we can go for this. So take that central control. Yeah, those of you that play the Nimzowitsch defense, this is a fun option. This is yeah, this is an interesting option, especially in like bullet chess, blitz chess, that you can go with. Okay, yeah, so I could push, but let's just develop. Yeah, let's just develop. If I need to play e4, I can later. Knight e7 could happen soon. And yeah, okay, d3, we have knight e7. Yep, okay, I'm threatening that now, as this pawn is no longer pinned. Solid pawn structure, bishop's aim towards the king side. Okay, we have a capture. Knight or queen? You know, I kind of like the knight, but I don't necessarily want this. Do I have a tactic? I mean, I could check. Check, but there's no mate because I can't get... Well, actually, all these squares are taken. So I might just want to stay out of the pin. Take with the queen. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, so I mean, here you go. A lot of players, they don't want to play stuff like the Colorado counter gambit, which is honestly fair, but there's a lot of openings out there that are more rare, and they're, you know, they're, sure, Stockfish doesn't like them, but they can do you well. I mean, I'm going up against a 2341 on chess.com in a 10-minute game, and I like the position I got out of this. So, okay, knight d2. Usually in the Colorado, you castle kingside. That seems like the most logical decision right now. Attacking f2. Okay. Queen e2. The question is, do I target it more? But knight f3. Yeah, no. So let's maneuver this knight over. Start looking at those kind of spots. Maybe rook over to the center. Yep. Okay, so h3, yeah, I mean, h3 is one way of slowing down the momentum, at least in terms of g4. Knight f4 looks interesting. e4 looks interesting. c5 is interesting. There's a lot of playable moves here. E4, they kick me. I go back. Takes. Do I want to lose to? Well, maybe. I mean, it's interesting at the very least. But they could go knight takes. I go pawn takes. Yeah, so e4 is actually looks pretty good. Knight f4. Nah, I don't want to give that up right now. c5 could work. Basically eliminating knight d4 option. So I'm going to go with that. It does weaken d5, but I do have a backup pawn. So, yeah, my attacking style, I tend to avoid sacrifices unless I really feel like I see something concrete. As a kid, I was a big fan of Mikhail Tal, and I still am. I mean, obviously a much better player than me, but I just can't replicate his game. So what I try to do is I try to attack. I like attacking. I just try to slowly build up the pressure, and that's what I recommend to most players, because usually if you're in a rush, you're not doing it right. Okay, I think e4 now is strong, because if this knight runs and I get queen e5 in, there's a lot of potential there. So let's take with the pawn again. I'm trying to get this knight off of e5. If knight d2, that's an option at the very least. Okay, so they're going there. So I could take and then check and then take the rook. Unless they give me the bishop. I could also go here. They attack me. I take the rook. I'm leaning towards trading first. I don't think they can trap my queen. So yeah, let's take this first. I have queen e5 next. Taking on f2 is also good, but I'd rather get a bishop or a rook. Yeah, white's just too underdeveloped. You got to connect the rooks, right? Pawn in the center, castle, connect the rooks, activate the rooks. If you're a hippo player, ignore what I just said, but general openings, that's a good thing to follow. Like earlier on in the game here, I had all the steps done. White still hadn't connected their rooks, and they paid for it there. But again, there's certain openings or systems that ignore that, like King's Indian, Hippo, check PIRC a little bit. Any of those like modern systems kind of ignore it, but the classical options are definitely down that lane. Okay. Up a rook. Yeah, I mean, I don't think white has too much here. Hope y'all are well. Yeah, I've been having fun working on this next E4 repertoire course. Those of you that play the move E4, I hope that you guys enjoy it. We're covering a lot of stuff: Scotch Gambit, Nachmanson Gambit, Spielman Gambit, Delayed Wien Gambit, Blackmar Deemer Gambit. What else? We got a gambit against the Nimzowitsch. We got an F4 setup against the PIRC. We got H4 against the modern on move 3. We got a lot of stuff. So those of you that like E4, I'm excited to release that soon. We're getting close to the end of production. I've been working a lot on white openings lately, which is kind of rare. Usually I'm focused on black. Hippo, Czech PIRC, modern, you name it. I'm considering making a Caro-Kann course this year as well. There's a lot of Caro courses out there, but I think there's some stuff that I'd like to add to the mix. So we'll see. But yeah. Okay, bishop e3. I mean, I could take, but then my queen's just kind of out of the mix. I'm already up a rook. I don't need to be up a rook and a pawn. Being up a rook is winning. So let's just get our queen back into the game here. Maybe white checks. Yeah, so they check. Offering a trade is good, but not at the expense of a pawn. So, okay, king to the corner. Okay, bishop takes c5. We could start to attack. That could work. Let's start with that. So let's play rook. Okay, wait. I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to get in trouble here. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Rook f5. Rook g5 could work out well. And then pressuring. Okay, bishop d4. I'm up material. I want to trade. Maybe. Takes. I mean, they're not going to trade. They're probably going to jump, but yep. Second, you are up a single pawn, guys. Y'all got to start trading. Okay, start trading. The moment you're up material. The moment you're down material, avoid them trades. Yep, queen c3. We got queen. f7. Let me know. I mean, in terms of, let me know your guys' favorite players first off, right? So who's your favorite player of all time? Like, who do you enjoy in terms of their games? And then who have you watched that you can actually replicate to some degree, right? Like, I like Mikhail Tal. I still do, but I kind of stopped studying his games. I know that sounds bad, but I just can't replicate it, right? And I don't want to go into tournaments down 7-8 points material. That's not going to give me strong results. I just don't have that playing style. So I like someone like Josh Waitzkin, someone like Ruslan Ponomarev, someone like maybe Kasparov in there. Again, these are players way better than me, but they play moves that I can digest and actually get something from. Okay, bishop takes pawn. Okay, we got to start moving. We're down to 2 minutes. Knight f4 could work. You know, I'm just going to play h6 just so I don't have to stress about getting back rank mated. Just a prophylactic move there. Yeah, I mean, people see moves like this and they're like, what are you doing? But now I just don't have to worry about back rank mates. So that's ease of mind. Knight f4. Yeah, knight f4. Different ideas. I'm attacking both. Okay, queen e3. We got rook, I guess. Yeah. Maybe rook f8 could work. I'm guessing we're going to see g4 because if g3 I take with check. Oh, okay, we do see it. Let's go check. If king up, I think I have queen f3. Takes, and the rook. Okay, so they go to h2. Let's rock with, I mean, both of those look good. I guess we'll throw the queen there. Yeah, just put pressure on the king, right? Okay, now we have the check. If they take the knight, it's game over. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, trades are good for me. I don't think... I mean, the king could run, actually. Okay, so we have capturing. Okay, I don't think I have any cheese there. Let's pester the bishop. Okay, these pawns are a little bit alarming. That is true. Okay. Okay, we got h4. Yeah, behind the pawn is nice. All right, nice. Okay, let's get another one going. I can replicate Magnus, Pats, or Scott. I don't know about that one. No, I believe you. Well, you have a winky face, so maybe you're messing around. Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly, right? When I say that I can replicate Kasparov, I can't replicate his level of play. I'm just saying that I can get something out of his games, right? I feel like my gameplay can improve because of him. I almost just played the hippo. Okay, d4. All right, we're going to go with e5. Again, guys, every game we're playing something different here. And I'm going with the CHARLICK Gambit. I have a course on this on Chessable. Link below. You know, now that I shouted out the course, I can't lose. But yeah, the CHARLICK is another opening. Is it sound? No. Is it fun and fast time controls? Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So typically in this kind of, you know, option for black, we are trying to castle queenside fast. So I'm looking at bishop g4, queen e7, castling queenside. We might see queen b3, which is... Okay, so, all right, we play queen e7. I'm threatening this. Castle queenside, I'm eyeing up the queen. White's got to do something about that. Okay, queen c2, and let's play knight f6. So basically the CHARLICK, it gives you... You're down a pawn. Okay, you're down a pawn. I get it. But you get an advantage in development, and you often get some really fun attacking chess. This pawn g3 definitely slows down our bishop a bit. So yeah, that's great. But let's see. I mean, maybe drop back could work. I want to push this, but I just feel like if I play h5, h3, I don't know. So I'm going to drop this bishop back to g6. Just try to get ownership of that diagonal and then go from there. Maybe I'll push this guy. Okay, we'll attack the queen. I'm looking at e2 as well. Does white have to give me the pawn back? I guess if queen b3, yeah, I don't want to fall into knight d4. That actually looks nasty for white. All right, let's go bishop c5. Sign up that king. We still might see this. Yeah, again, guys, this is one of those openings that you want to play in fast time controls. I had a guy the other day ask me if the CHARLICK Gambit, he knew my course on Chessable, and he was asking if it was good for over-the-board tournament play in Classical. I said no. But at the end of the day, you got to play something you like. Shout out to Russ Southern if you're watching this. Russ Southern and I have worked on a couple courses on Chessable. The rest of my courses are privately published. But okay, bishop f4. All right, that puts pressure on c7. Fine. I kind of like knight d5. Let's. I mean, I could take this, but am I giving too much away? Rook over queen d3, I guess. Knight e5 looks disgusting. That's probably what they're gearing for, actually. Looking at b7. So, you know what? It might be good to just drop my bishop here. As much as I hate to say it. Okay, drop the bishop back. We got... Okay, yeah, knight c4. I could take. If I get kicked. If I get kicked that way, f2 falls. If this rook comes over, maybe queen c2. All right, I might regret this, but I'm going to get my pawn back. So even material development is very, very similar. Okay, yeah, I'm good with a trade here. Okay, take towards the center. I don't want that bishop getting access. Queen a3, yeah, I thought bishop h3 there could have been a good move, because if I went king b6, boom. But I think I'd probably have to block with the knight. Blocking with the bishop isn't going to work. Do I go king b8? Probably, right? Just get safe. Or as safe as we can. Yeah. Rook e7 could be a try if, yeah, if, okay, but they don't. Hey, shout out to JC No Fix. What's up, man? Hey, JC, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat there. Rook c1. Let me know if you want to play a game today. We can play a game. All right, queen attack. Queen is attacked. We could go queen f5. Okay, I mean, I guess, wait, timeout. This doesn't, if I go there, rook takes, blocks, attacks, defends. Yeah, it's not all that. I mean, I guess I could go 94. But that's also kind of a hope move, you know? It's like, what's my queen going to do on d3? Not much. It's just hoping for something. So we don't want to play hope chess. Let's go queen f5. Yeah, queen f5 there. Yeah, queen b3. Offering a trade looks appealing, but knight d5 might be... Oh, wait, no. That is not appealing at all. Okay, knight d5. Yeah, let's start with that. Start with knight d5, putting pressure on f4. There's different things white could try here. That is good for them that they have that bishop aimed towards my king. Right? So I got to be cautious of b6. Very cautious. Yeah, knight h4. So yeah, I was looking at this move. Knight h4, I think. I mean, a perfect scenario is I move my queen somewhere, and then when they take and I take back, then they take and I take the bishop. But I don't think that is in the cards, guys. So I think we're going to go queen d7. We'll take. Okay. The queen captured. Okay, bad news, I'm down a pawn. Good news, that's a little bit weak. Okay, that is attacked. That is attacked. That's passive. That's playable. Maybe. Let's try this. That threatens the queen. They'll probably take. But yeah, threatening the queen. Yep, they take. Okay. All right, we're down a pawn. I mean, we started with the CHARLICK, so we know we're down a pawn. We know about that. Also, why do I keep getting black? Oh, they take with the knight. Okay, I don't know if that's good for white with. I mean, they're probably fine, but didn't that just give me some good activity there? Okay, queen e3. I mean, I could take and then go rook d2 because I have access to this. So let's take. Yeah, you got to be careful, guys. You don't want to give your opponents this much activity, I don't think. Okay, in fairness, they do have h4. But let's start with getting our rook down there. e3 is isolated, so that's something we gotta watch out for. Yeah, so h4 is played. So I got targets. I mean, we could just do the whole take thing, but they got plenty of takes that they can work with. Let's maybe do that. Nah, let's play f6. Or, hold up, I take. They take here. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe. It might be a draw. This might fizzle out into a draw. Or I could just guard. They do that. I do this. They come over. I do this, I guess. They take. I take. They come down. Yeah, all right, we'll start with aggressive activity. Something I found in rook endgames is that usually if you can hold on to something or if you can attack and just go, hey, I'll take your stuff, you take mine, that usually you want to attack. All right. Now, I'm just trying to get both my rooks to the second. That's the major threat. If I can do that, I have a draw. At the very least. Probably that's probably all, but so white might want to think about this. But if they do, I take, and then they can't take without me getting this. They always have to have two rooks supporting that to make that work. Rook f2 takes, check takes maybe. Although that king is freaking active, yeah. So maybe I just go rook d2 and just try to keep that king contained. So yeah, I don't want to let that. I don't want to let that king free. That king can just demolish me. Okay. I mean, they could still go for this, but at least they're having to earn it a little bit. Okay, c4. Sure. Now I got to start sprinting. All right. Yeah. I like my king activity. That pawn is annoying though. Attack, boom, boom, boom. Okay, here, here, here. Nah, I can take that. So let's attack this. If they push, I just win it. Okay, so they're getting some activity now. I'm ready to guard that. I'm attacking this. Okay, I think that helps me. Okay, that's good. That's a good move. Frick, we're down to under a minute. Gosh dang it. No, don't want that happening. Although they could probably check me now. I just push that guy like a freaking maniac. Okay, so yeah, we're probably looking at a drawn position. The issue is I have 53 seconds. King advances, check. I have to check. Okay, cool. Yeah, this should just be a draw. Okay. Check. Okay, I can technically just give up my pawn here. This is called the passive back rank defense technique. If I have my king on g8 or h8, I can put my king here and then just go back and forth. Or back and forth with my rook. White can't win. They can't win. I mean, I have 32 seconds, so maybe they will, but they just can't win this. Yeah. Just stay. Yep. And they could even lose if they go too hard. Actually, I don't remember the last time. I don't know if I've ever had this in a game. Maybe I have. I just learned about it, so that's probably part of it. Okay, and that's a draw. But I didn't have to do that. I could just move my rook back and forth. And white can't make progress. If white pushed too hard there with that rook on h7, I'd win. Okay, fine. I'll go back, I guess. Ah, my mouse is freaking taking forever. All right. Good game. Yeah. All right. We got out of that one somehow. Okay, so far we have a Caro-Kann. We have... Why do I keep getting black? Is it my settings? This is my 4th black game in a row. Okay, we'll go... Frick, there's just so many options. We'll go. Well, I saw someone in the chat asking for a modern Scandi, so we'll go with a modern Scandi here. I have a course on that too. I'm a very big fan of this. I played this growing up as a kid. All right, we'll block with the knight. So wait, we have a Caro-Kann, a CHARLICK, a what else? Caro-Kann, CHARLICK, Colorado, modern Scandi. I don't think I've ever gotten 4 black games in a row. I'm gonna have to look up if it's in my settings, but I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can just set your settings to one color, right? Am I tripping? Like, why wouldn't everyone just choose white or black? I guess if they like to play as black, but okay, all right. Well, here we are. Okay, I mean, the objective here is to basically get the pawn back, right? So, okay, here I think queen takes is my best bet. Eyeing up that guy. We'll take. We can probably take again. And then the knight is looking there. So let's fianchetto. Okay, we might even double fianchetto this thing. We might try to turn this into as much of a hippo as we can. Okay, that's a good move, I'm not going to lie. Bishop a3. Let's go with... I did not see that. Well, if I go there, they attack. I go here. They attack. I drop. I might be okay there. I think I'm okay. I don't really want to play e6 because then I just can't castle unless I go queenside. Plus knight e5 is freaking annoying. So let's go bishop f6. I'm just trying to castle. That's all I'm trying to do. Trying to castle, trying to pay my taxes, trying to do what I got to do out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, look, if any of y'all follow basketball, I'm wearing a Lakers jersey. I'm a Lakers fan. The Lakers are the 3rd seed right now, okay? And they're booty. They're straight booty. I don't know how they're the 3rd seed. They have a 0% chance of winning the NBA Finals. So, yeah, that's my update for y'all in terms of the basketball world. Queen e2, yeah. I mean, can I just take this? Or, sorry, can I castle? Maybe. I mean, knight e5 is definitely a strong move, but castle, they take, rook e8. I take. But they might have me in a bind, low key. The lowest of keys, y'all. I guess I'll go queen a4, though. All right, let's castle. Yeah, I was looking at here, takes, here. But I think I have queen a4 and I develop, and I don't think they have mate there. So knight e5 might be the way for white to go about this one. Yeah, knight e5. I don't really want to take it, that's for sure. So, yeah, I'm not taking the knight. I know it's an active knight, but with me having a fianchettoed bishop, plus they still have their dark scored bishop, no, I'm not doing that. There's too much here. Too much for them to target. Yeah, so the question is, do I go there? That looks active, you know? That looks like you went on a run. That looks active. Yeah. So I'm attacking stuff. Bishop c5. I think I can take c2. No? Is that greedy? Is that too much? I don't know. I mean, it's there. It's just begging me to take it. I guess I could go here first. Maybe. Oh wait, timeout. b6. Where's the bishop going to go? Here. It can't go here because I take the knight. If it goes to b4, I trap it. Huh. That looks interesting. I'm going to try b6 here. I'm going to throw that in. The bishop right now isn't... There's not a ton of places it can go. I mean, queen f3 is something that could be played. But I don't know if that fixes white's issue. Yeah, this bishop is very awkward. Okay, so we see bishop d4. We can kick that guy. Right? So we're looking at the bishop. If the bishop runs, I take the knight. So maybe we see queen e4 first. That could work for white, maybe. But I'm still liking that there's that b7 support. Okay, my guy disconnected. Is he raging or is he just disconnected? Time will tell. Yeah, I feel like at some point there, white's got to play d4 and take some central space against the modern Scandi. Doesn't have to be right away, but at some point. Okay, there we go. All right, let me just check my settings. I've never gotten 4 black games in a row. Yeah, it says that. Yeah, it's only okay. Only if you're rated or unrated can you pick what color you are. What is going on? Okay, I gotta get white this game, right? 4 blacks in a row. Okay, wait, timeout. We got. Yeah, no, we'll just start another one. Okay. All right, this one. Hey, thank you, Luis. Shout out to you, man. All right. Okay, we're finally playing white. Let's go e4. That's what I've been freaking working on so much the last, couple months for this course. Okay, the PIRC or PIRC. I like f4. I think f4 gives us. This is the harmonist or harmonist. I don't know. All right. Now I'm in a freaking King's Gambit. That's just great. I hate the King's Gambit for both sides, but I actually don't mind this line as much because I used to play the King's Gambit as a kid, but I could not freaking stand bishop c5. It drove me nuts. So yeah. Anyways, there's my tangent. Okay, I think this can work and this can work. Let's start with knight c3, I guess, and see what black does. We're now in the Omaha Gambit. Yeah, Omaha Gambit. Okay, so we have capturing. If I recall correctly, this is like the Steinitz Gambit or something. If I go for all that, but I'm gonna go with knight f3. Now there's a couple things black can do. Okay, so they're not gonna go crazy here, but they could have. Bishop c4 looks good. Castling next, I think. Castling. I don't really. Yeah, I don't want to play h4 and then give my opponent this permanently. All right, let's castle. Okay, yeah, random openings today, guys. We got 4 blacks in a row, and then we finally got a white here. Bishop e7, d4. Okay, this is a very rare move order they're going with. Usually a PIRC player doesn't play e5 on move 2. So they must have had that prepped for the harmonist. Knight c6. That is an option if I really want to get my pawn back. G3 is an option. Takes. Does that work? Check. Check. I run in. I mean, that does open it up, but it opens me up too. Okay, knight d5. Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Knight d5. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, timeout. Bishop e6. Nah. We like it. Knight d5. All right. I'm trying to get my pawn back. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my bread and get out of here. We could take on f4 with the knight or the bishop. I actually like having a knight on f4 to finish things out, but are they going to take? I don't know. I like knights, guys. Okay, sorry. Sue me. Don't sue me. That was a joke. Okay, we're taking on f4. We'll see if they don't. Okay, never mind. Okay, bishop g4. I mean, d4 is weak. I could just make that solid. I think that's probably the way to go here. Make that guy solid. Yeah, I mean, if y'all have been following this YouTube channel, y'all know I'm a big openings guy. Love setting openings. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this series. I'm excited about it. I think it could be fun. Just, you know, because I do a lot of hippo stuff, but getting on live stream and just doing all these different openings, I think is, you know, good for everybody. Everybody gets, you know, what they play, and you learn different ideas which you can use in different setups. Knight h4. Okay, I mean, black's going after my knight. Do I care? I don't know. I could just play bishop e2 and guard that. If they want to take and take, I'm getting good development with my queen. I have a battery ram, a knight in the center. I actually recommend trying out different openings. Now, maybe not playing a different one every day, but you know, really trying to master one and then move on to another opening. You're going to grow in your skills because certain openings are more positional, others are more aggressive, and you're going to get a good mix of ideas. Bishop. Yeah, just stick with the bishop. Okay, f5. That's a good move. I mean, I guess my opponent's 2,300, so it's not their first game. F5. Do I have that? I might. Going for this. I don't know if it's too greedy, though. It might be too greedy. We're going to try it. I mean, I definitely can. I'm threatening to take a lot off the board here. And we're even material right now. So, you know, that's fine. I think they got to get out, right? I mean, you don't want to get double checked. I wouldn't go to f6, though. Probably e7 and then take. If I had a knight here, I could check, and mate, but I don't. Okay, king h8. Yeah, let's take on b7. Doubling up on that c7 pawn. And the knight, obviously, is attacked. So they got to save their knight. Queen d7. I mean, okay, they could take here, or they could take here first. If they take on f3, I'd probably take with my pawn so that this pawn is protected. I don't necessarily want them getting a pawn back, so I could do this. I'm okay with a king there. I feel like my comfortability for those kind of positions has grown a lot, and kings are on the same side, so I'm not tripping over. Yeah, I'm not tripping over the attacking chances black has. I don't think, unless I drop the ball, I don't think they have too much. Okay. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people be asking me, do you play basketball, being 7'1"? I used to for most of my life. Didn't love it. And today a guy was yelling at me, are you in the NBA? Or do you play for the Lakers? I just said no. And then we went our separate ways. I should just start plugging the channel. I should be like, you know what? No, but I play chess. Here's a QR code. Maybe I should just do that. I love what I'm doing, though. I love doing this for a living. Yeah, I mean, I could be mistaken. I think black's just losing, though. I don't think there's much they got. C6 is hanging. C7 is double attacked. I'm already up a pawn. The knight on d5 is untouchable. Their bishop on e7 is bad. The knight on h4 is okay. The most it can do is trade, which I want. F5. Okay, so they take. Yeah, I guess I could take with the rook. I mean, honestly, that I might be able to get away with that, but I don't know if. I don't know. It just feels a little awkward. So I'm gonna take with the pawn. If they take again, then that gives me good access. Oh, I almost pre-moved that. Oops. Yeah, so black here, they're down materially. They gotta try to stir something up here. So that's probably what my opponent's trying to figure out. Definitely lost is trying, and I'm not trash talking. That's his username. Okay, his or her, I don't know. Definitely lost is you know what? Hey man, I'll add a friend here. You know what I mean? Hey, any of y'all on chess.com, send me a friend request. Stop playing games, man. Chess Giant YouTube, send me a friend request. But yeah, I don't know how black gets out of this. Queen d7, I take. Taking, like, actually I could take here. I don't even need to take back. Knight a5 I take. Maybe black just goes nuts. Okay, knight a5. We capture. We capture. Okay, so we're up 2 pawns now. We gotta, what's it called? Convert this into a dub. Rook c8. Just play boring. We're up 2 pawns. I don't need to play heroic chess here and try to win fast. Just go back. Get what you gotta get. Get your bag and get out of there. Usually, at least in my experience, like if I have a bishop, if I take a rook, boom, just run back. If I take a pawn, boom, just run back. Not always, but I feel like people might overcomplicate it sometimes. Okay, I could take and then take. Or take. Nah, that's messy. Okay, we'll take there. We'll take there. We'll push. Okay, we're up 3 pawns now. Knight c4. Okay, there's a double threat there, so I got to give something up. I'm honestly okay with trading. But are they? Probably not. Knight d2, I'm not worried about it. Knight e3. Yeah, we'll go with b3. Rooks are really bad at stopping connected pass pawns. Really bad at it. So my plan is to guard these and then just steamroll. They can't take on c3 right now because d7, and then that's unstoppable. Again, well, oh yeah, they can't, because takes here, rook here, mate threat, they stop it. Okay, check, queen. All right, I gotta defend c3, and then d4, and then start pushing. Ugh. All right, we got rook e6 on the board. I don't want that rook coming in. Okay, hey, that was a good move. That was a good maneuver. Respect, respect. King over, I guess. That's also good. Okay, so I gotta run to the corner now. Because if I don't want a perpetual. And I don't want to keep getting... Ooh, maybe I could have did that. Boom, 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 boom. All right. D5. Just start pushing these guys. Nope. H3 is one shot to try to get that rook in there, but I think I would... Well, okay, there's different moves. I could ignore it. I could play rook f2. That's probably the safe option. I could push and then target h3, either with one of these. I think... Yeah, we don't need to play risky here, guys. We can just... Well, okay, wait. Let me think about this, though, because then they could try to make back rank mate threats. I could also offer a trade and then boom. I don't know. There's a lot of moves. F4, we attack it. Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. So the idea here is to target h3 with one of these guys. Okay, if I go here, I lose my pawn. But if I save it, rook over, they're looking at this. So I just got to get rid of that guy. Okay, I don't actually have to take right now. I could take later. Ooh, that would be a mistake. Takes. Ooh, that's a mistake too. Okay, well, no, it's not. Because I don't have to take. I have a little intermediate check. But is that a mistake because of this? Yes. Fine, I'll take it, whatever. Maybe rook e3. here could work. Yeah. Let's just go rook e3. Just take the open file. I don't want to let this rook create havoc. Okay. We'll go c5. h3. That might be the only winning move. Because yeah, if I let two rooks on the second, I'm just check. Rook h4. Boom. Boom. I think I'm okay with these checks. Promote. Because they could check and then check and then check, but I get out of it. If I didn't have a queen, they could just kind of keep me stuck. But a queen is a queen. Okay, that's not checkmate. If they go here, they're threatening checkmate. But then I have a move. Okay, I don't want to go back and just check to check. So let's go. Ooh, if I go here, guys, they have a perpetual. Right, so I got to run to the center. Yeah, big. It's crazy how much one move can affect the game. All right. Check. That's covered so they can't try to get me. Nice. All right. All right, cool. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. New 10-minute game. Okay, we're playing white a bunch of times in a row now. Okay, we'll go with e4 again. Okay, c5. So my opening against that in this upcoming e4 course is a3 with the delayed wing gambit, prepping b4. We take, and then a6. So a lot of players do this move thinking that it stops b5, but the rook would fall. And you can get really fun positions out of this. Like I actually, yeah, I think the Sicilian defense player was not expecting this type of position, right? I mean, we got so much space right now. We're threatening to trap the knight. Okay, they stop it. I could attack this. I could attack it. Yeah. Yeah. I could also develop naturally, as they say. Boom, boom. Yeah, let's just target that guy. Okay, black here is trying to make some complications happen. We're okay with it. Let's defend this. Yeah, I don't really want to lose that right now. So we defend that. And yeah, I mean, we got a lot of pressure on h5 now. Knight f6. Okay, d5. Okay, my opponent is going ballistic here. Okay, so this is interesting. Very rare you see that. Does taking help me? Yeah, looks good. If they take, I'm up a pawn. Out of a gambit. That's rare to be up a pawn out of a gambit. I guess they didn't accept it, though. Okay, the question is, do I take with the queen or the pawn? I think we're going queen. I think we're going queen right now. Yeah, because I'm happy to trade. I mean, if I'm up a pawn, right? So, yeah. We can take. We're pinning that guy. Triple attacking a6. A lot going on here. They could check. I don't know if that does anything for them, but okay, knight f6. Yeah, let's. Maybe not. c4 maybe. Just to solidify this passer. Okay, they're going to check. We're going to offer a trade. We're up a pawn. Okay, we'll take with the knight. They still can't take. That pawn is stuck. Such a common theme in the delayed wing gambit. I'm guessing we'll see check. I don't know if I actually like taking that. The bishop is a freaking beast on d3. So we might just want to move and let that knight feel a little awkward. But does it feel awkward? I don't know. Definitely not going to d1. That would be bad. Okay, you know what though? We could take and then play knight e5. Let's do that. Because I don't like that the bishop is so active there, right? Preventing me from castling. Which I usually don't castle in the endgame, but this position feels very loose. I'm very exposed, and I don't want to get punished for that later, so yeah, let's castle. Although, wait, hold up. The question is, do I take here first? Nah, the pawn's pinned. There's no reason. The pawn's still pinned. You can't take. You could push, but then I got a 3-on-1. Okay, castling. We could take. We could take. Let's take to start. Okay. So I got c4 well protected. d5 is obviously protected because of that. We could go rook a5 to stay off of this bishop's radar. And then target a6, right? And then from that point, we should have a good connection there to work with. All right. Luis, what up, man? How did my wife and I meet? We met at school. I'm a Christian. I went to Biola University, a small Christian school. I studied Bible, theology, and ministry there. She went there for psychology, and we ended up meeting. We had an Old Testament class together. And I was an athlete, so we were able to miss classes because we were out playing games and stuff, and that drove her nuts, and I'd always ask her for her notes. Even when I was in the class, I would ask her for her notes because I didn't want to take notes, and her notes were really good, and her handwriting was a heck of a lot better than mine. Yeah, that's how it all got started. We're getting close to 3 years of marriage now. So yeah, I love her. It's been great. Marriage, I'm very pro marriage. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And it grows you, that's for sure. All right, rook back. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to go about it. Just offer a trade. I don't think white's going to want to, or black's going to want to trade there, right? But yeah, let's see. Okay, rook over. Okay, I actually might have a tactic now. So knight c6. Well, I guess not, because they can get out of it. But okay, we go knight c6. I'm looking at the rook. I'm looking at knight e7. So they can take and then go rook e8. That works for them. But cool. We got to trade down. a6 will fall. We got 2 connected passers. 2 knights. I love knights. Okay. I like them more than bishops. I know I'm in the minority on that one, but yeah, when my wife and I met too, I had a Challenger. She didn't date me because of that, but I have a Nissan now, so you know, life be life, and sometimes. Okay, rook takes a2. We take. Yeah, my wife's actually, Deborah's going for her doctorate right now in psychology. And I'm doing this. I'm playing the delayed wing gambit. Okay, rook e8. I mean, can I just take that? I think I'm fine. Yeah. All right, let's take this. Okay. The rook comes in. We have knight. I saw some tactic a second ago. What did I see? I mean, I guess if they take, I just check. But I could... Might as well start activating, maybe, you know. Bishop e4. Ooh. I'm not gonna go there. That's checkmate. Game over. But I could check first. And then do this. Yeah. I was about to pre-move knight g5, but if he plays knight e8 hoping I pre-move, or if he's sniping the stream, then knight g5 would lose. So I'm just going to wait. Hey, John. Hey, appreciate you, man. God bless you, brother. Yeah, God bless you, man. Yeah, all love, brother. Yeah, man, we out here, you know, just doing chess. Okay, check. Do I have mate? It feels like I have mate here. It feels like it. That doesn't mean I have it, but check. Yeah, I think I have mate. They only have one move. Rook to the corner. And then no matter how they block, that's a wrap. Hey, John, thank you again, man. Appreciate you. All love. All right. Let's go with another one. Okay, e4. Okay, we're back to the black side. Let's go with, okay, I'm seeing somebody wanting me to do the Owens. Let's go Owens then. I'm cool with that. I played the Owens for years. Okay, bishop b7, and by years I mean 2 years. Thank you, Luis. Okay, that's not generally the best move for white, as I get good activity on that knight. I now strike in the center. So right now I'm threatening to win a pawn. Okay, I don't think... Oh, that is actually a good move. Okay, e5 is good. e5 is good. Okay, we centralize. Take that knight on... Or, excuse me, bishop d2 in a hurry. Takes, queen h4. Good. I mean, h6 is, when you're playing the Owens, h6 is generally a good move because you got so much focus on the center on the queen side of the board that you don't want to allow stuff to happen. So h6 is a principled move. Taking here, it's tempting, but I don't love that this bishop is still on the board with my light square weaknesses. If this bishop wasn't on the board, who cares? But yeah, so let's go h6. Ideas include d6, c5. Yeah, we could. I mean, yeah, there are different things we could do. This doesn't quite get it done because of bishop e4. But hey, you never know. Depending on where this king goes, I might be able to make a trade there. Okay, I'm fine with that. I like knights more than bishops. Queen takes. You know, I could turn this into a hippo. But I think we should just develop. That's a good move. Okay, castling. Let's start to maneuver. Taking that knight would be awesome. I don't think white's going to let me do that, but yeah, Owen's defense, really interesting option for black. I think a lot of players underestimate it. And who's studying for it, you know? I mean, okay, in my upcoming E4 course, I'm recommending the Nozzle-Was Gambit. Let me know if you have heard of the Nozzle-Was Gambit or not. I am actually curious because I had never heard of it for a very long time, and I played the Owens defense, and I never ran into it, but it's so much fun. But yeah, people just don't know about it, and let's be fair, even if you do, you face the Owens defense about once every 5 years. Knight E1. Okay, that is something to look at, you know what I mean? But I think we're going to go knight d5. We can go queen. No. I was planning on this, but that is actually bad for me. I could go g5 to strengthen this, but then that's weak. I could go c5. I could, no, not f6, never mind. I could castle right into the storm. I could also go queenside. This is something a lot of Owens defense players kind of forget about, but that isn't an issue. Trapping my knight. I kind of like this, but I think it just makes too many weaknesses. It just does too much. I could go a5 with the idea of escaping. Okay, let's go a5. Just take a little bit of space. I have this as an option. Yeah, let's try that out. This is okay, f4. So yeah, white wants to get f5 in. I don't want them to get that in, so nope. White could try g4 to really strengthen that move. I don't, you know, you do got to be careful with that bishop there. So Not sure that's the best idea for white. I mean, I guess if I push, they just lock it up. That's fair. And then maybe the knight tries to dance in at some point in time. But yeah, we could always go queenside. Okay, yeah, so they're going knight f3. I can't go queen e7. I keep wanting to do that, but c4. Yeah, I'm going to drop back to d5. Or, sorry, from d5. Yeah, drop back. Get that activity back. Look towards knight f5 as well. Okay, we got pawn to c3. That is, you know, okay, fair enough. I mean, okay, this is actually a good setup from white because all their pawns are on opposite color of their bishop, right? So their bishop is free without worry or care, as my guy Toby Nwiwe would say it. But I could do this to offer a trade. C4. Still not. I don't know if that's really that. Is that good for me? I don't know. I think it's fine. Adding pressure. Yep, and that pressure. Yeah, we got a lot going on here. A lot of potential ideas. I would play c4. Yeah, okay, c4. d5. If they take, I take. That's comfortable. Yeah, let's strike in the center. Creating some counterplay here. If white wants to take, and this is something I got from the hippo, if they take, I take with my pawn. Then I got 2 central pawns versus 1. So that's good. Yeah. A slow positional grind here. That's often what the Owens turns into, is like a very positional, put pressure on them, slow burn game. But yeah, it's been fun so far. We've got a bunch of openings in. I got to keep track of it in my head. We got the, if one of you can comment it, that would help. Okay, we got the CHARLICK, Modern Scandi, Caro-Kann, Owens, Delayed Wing Gambit. There's another opening for white I played. I'm forgetting right now. Okay, Queen C2. Takes. Oh, I played against the PIRC. That's right. Okay. Yeah. That is good for white. I think we're okay, though. I'm going to take with the bishop first. The Czech PIRC, yes. The Czech PIRC. St. George, my guy Nick. Patreon member. What's up, man? Yeah, St. George is fun. I usually play like a French, but I've actually been considering going and do like a A6, B5, you know, how it's usually played as an option. Okay, let's... Castle. Knight d5. strong square, defend c7. Of course, c6 is weakened, but I have a couple threats here. I'm actually not sure. Can white, excuse me, can white stop both? I mean, f4 is hanging, e3 is a shot. Those both look good. Okay, I guess if I take on e4, it depends where this rook goes. If I take on f4, that is, and they take, I don't have to take this. I could check and then, right? I don't want to take and give them a great rook. If the rook goes there, we take here, fork. If the rook goes to d1, take, check, get the rook, right? I don't want to take the queen because then the rook just gets out of dodge. One approach is like knight d2 or something. Knight here, they take. Okay, so they're going queen c6. Okay, fair enough. Let's capture this guy. I think of queen e4, I go back, right? Queen e4, you run back to d5, you're fine, you're up a pawn. The king side is a little bit open, but that might be the best way white can go. I mean, you don't want to lose your rook, so play queen e4 and then try to make an attack happen. Or that works. That's fine. Queen d5 looks good to me. Yeah, queen d5. If they take, I go here. I'd technically go down material, but in this position, I think a queen versus two rooks would be interesting. Okay. So I think we're going to get the two rooks. Or, you know, that endgame. So this is going to be interesting. So white has two rooks for the queen. Magnus Carlsen recently came out. Well, I think it was recent. It was on a short. I don't know. He said that he thinks a queen should be worth 10 points, not 9. So that was interesting to hear him say that. He feels like we're underestimating the queen a little bit with 9. He feels like 10 is a better estimate. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure what I think about it, but it's interesting. Okay, so white's they gotta keep their position solid. I don't know if that is solid though. G3 looks weaker now. I'm gonna just start trying to slide in there and just make attacking chess happen. You know what? Could have I just checked and then... No, because if check here... takes, rook c7. Ooh, maybe. Anyways, whatever. Queen e4 is fine. Yeah. Okay, rook c7. So that does give white some tactical shots, like just in general. Like let's say I check and then I, you know, whatever take, then they're gonna have different stuff. But I still think I can check here. If king here takes, if king here check, if king here check, check, takes, and then I can pick off the pawn on b2. Yeah, could be mistaken, but I think we're winning this one in terms of having a one position. Okay, yeah, it's probably the best move they have. Let's Okay. Yeah. The rooks can't see, so this is not. I'm not worried about it. There's no double check. If the knight takes me and I take back with check, white would love to move the king out of the way. But if you go here, here, or here, I take and I get the rook. So takes here. Yeah. Okay. Rook c3. I kind of like my knight on the board, but it might be time to give it away. Okay. Okay, I could take right away, but I could also check and then take. Just try to lure that king out a little bit, you know? Check. Any of these are check. If that, check. That probably would have been fine, but. Okay, check. I don't want to let that happen. Let's go let's go check. Pawn up, just start pushing this guy. Okay, the rooks are connected again. That's good for them because I want those rooks spread out. Okay. Okay. That doesn't work. I was looking at that, but that just hangs a rook. Rook up, we just keep our position solid. Okay. With that, we can push. If they take, check. Okay, so they're going rook back. That's a tricky little trick there, you know? But yeah, it's still winning, but I might as well just get off of there, right? Unless there's some kind of fork, but I don't think so. So all right, king over. Pawn up. Okay, that's good. I guess I should start moving faster. Okay, we'll take. Check. Pawn up. Yeah, I probably went too far with that pawn. Check, check. King up. Try to separate those rooks. Okay. Check, check. Here. Check. Here. Here. Nice. All right. Yeah, Owen's defense. That was a good game. Fun game. Keep it rolling. Thank you again to those of you who sent a super chat, John and JC. Shout out to y'all. Queen E3. All right, so we got E4 again. Okay, E5. We have knight of 3. We'll see what they do here. Okay. So in my upcoming E4 course, D4 is what I focus on with the Scotch game, going into the Scotch Gambit. So we got the Scotch Gambit now. This is the main line. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to castle. I used to play this as a kid when I was growing up playing the Scotch Gambit, but this is, I personally hate this line. For any of you wanting to learn the Scotch Gambit, I do not cover this in my upcoming course. I cover castling. I'll probably touch on this quickly, but it's really about castling. And the engine move for black now is to go knight takes e4, in which case the engine move is here, or I can go with the Nachmanson Gambit, which is knight to c3. I'm hoping they take. I don't think they will, but the Nachmanson Gambit is wild, the amount of theory there. We'll see what they do. I'm guessing they're going to, you know, do something quiet. They do it. All right, cool. Nachmanson Gambit time, y'all. This is a fun gambit. It is fun. It's like -1-ish for black, but there's a lot of ways black can mess this up. We'll see if they do or not. The engine move is actually, I think it's taking here, but that is a very sharp line. Based on black's time right now, I don't think they know the theory here. Who does? It's the freaking Nachmanson Gambit. Okay, so they take with the knight. In that case, we got to capture back. Okay, if they took with the pawn, we actually have a sack, queen, rook e1. Okay, d5. So this guy's playing pretty conservatively, unfortunately for us. I kind of like pinning that knight. Okay, so this line didn't turn out how we hoped. That's fun, though. Bishop e6. Yeah, just start adding that pressure. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys, when that game ends here, I'm going to have to show you guys a Nachmanson line that is popular and very fun for white. Okay. Yeah. Add some pressure. This actually is interesting too. Yeah, that could have been interesting. Luis, shout out, man. Luis, my dog. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Luis be coming through, man. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, so we got some good stuff going on here. Good pin against this bishop. Luis, I feel like you're a pretty big openings guy too. Let me know if you've studied the Nachmanson at all. Okay. So this is, we're down a pawn. I am considering this, but can I get away with that? Castles. Oh, maybe. Nah. Takes, check, pawn. Takes, queen. Okay, that actually looks fun. So let's go for this. And then queen h5, right? Okay, so we're looking at check. If blocks, okay, they're not going to block. If blocks, we had rook takes. Okay, I want to get to e5, so I'm trying to get rid of that knight. takes, and then takes. That way I get my pawn back. Takes or takes here. And we got some good pressure. Yeah, the Scotch Gambit into the Nachmanson is a lot of fun. I'm really excited to share that with y'all once the course drops, because there's just so many ways for black to mess it up. They took with the knight first, but if they take with the pawn, it's a freaking bloodbath. Okay, wait, I gotta play chess here. Okay, they take. Yeah, I don't want to just take the queen, right? I want to get my pawn and then take. That way we're at an even material count. Okay, is this good? My discernment is telling me no. My heart is telling me yes. If that makes sense, I don't know. It's active. I mean, it is active. Here, here, check, here. Rook back. No. Okay, that's too slow. So we gotta just play the boring move and run back so that our bishop can move, and then we get some support there. Okay, both sides here have really bad pawn structure. I mean, okay, my pawn structure is good over here. Theirs is good over here, but there is definitely some weaknesses floating around right now. All right, let's go bishop. Yeah, that's a good bishop. I'm cool trading that. Okay, they don't want to trade. Fair enough. Let's go with. Okay. Just centralizing. Could have played that. I don't really know if that does anything. If c6, this is an idea. I don't think it pans out though. Okay, king c6. I like this because I'm trying to, make stuff happen, but I don't know. Bishop e5. Yeah, I don't really want to bring my rook back to d3 after all that. I could play g3. You know what? I'm going to do this. I know that they can give up a double isolated pawn, but honestly, I don't care. It's fine. Like, I have the h-file now. That's a little bit more of a target. They don't have to take, but if they don't, I have 2 pawns supporting this pawn, so. Okay, h5. Yeah, we could do that. Or, okay, we're not doing that. We could go here. No. Okay, yeah, I don't necessarily want them to give up both pawns. I want to have this target. So let's maybe we go for this. Rook d4 takes. Bishop, rook. Offer to draw? No, we're not. No, we're here for the viewers, man. We can't be drawing this. All right. It is kind of drawish, but all right. But hey, it's an endgame. There's a lot that can happen. All right, pawn up. Yeah, no. King h. Ooh. Okay, Dan. Okay, I don't mind that. Taking towards the center there, because why not? I want to keep my pass pawn. JC, John, Luis, shout out to y'all. Appreciate you guys. All right, we're taking towards the center. Okay, yeah. Rook G4. That is solid. I kind of want to offer a trade. Okay, let's offer a trade. Endgames, endgames, endgames. Okay, rook over. Could take, don't have to take. Yeah, I kind of like this because then I'm threatening d5. I'm not worried about bishop takes g3 because I'm not going to take that. I can take this and then take. Yeah, if I took back, then check and bishop and check, check, check. So it's kind of like the second rank, but sideline, right? And h4, no, not going to work. We'll see what black tries to cook up here. I don't think they want me to take this. Okay, they do. Oh, I see. I see what they're doing. Okay, that's good. That's a good move. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun. That's fun. So, bishop's defended. I'm threatening to take and then check. Take, take. Yeah. Let me know if any of y'all live in California. Be good to meet some of you guys. I'll be going to some chess events in the LA area soon. I live in LA. Well, Pasadena, but yeah. LA County. Rook back. I will tell you guys, LA is freaking expensive. My goodness. Bishop takes e3. We will definitely take with the rook. I mean, I guess everywhere is expensive right now, but really? Does black get away with that? I don't know about that. Maybe. Okay. We'll see what they cook up here. I mean, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, going after this pawn. All right, fair enough. And then they're going after h4 as well. Yeah, I got all these pawns are isolated. That's not. I'm up a pawn, but my pawns are freaking. My pawn structure is a booty right now. Is offering a trade help? Okay, I'm gonna start with offering a trade. I gotta play the clock here. Use the clock as a weapon, as John Bartholomew talks about. All right, pawn up. Pre-move. A little pre-move never hurt nobody. And by nobody, I mean a lot of people. Let's see, takes. I feel like that works. Okay. Guys, I love chess, but I'll be honest, sometimes rec games just bore me. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but okay. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like it. Nope. Just drop back. Yeah, I was thinking about this, but I didn't particularly like check and then takes, and then if I go here, check again, and I'm all distracted from that rook, and I'd probably push this pawn down. They'd stop it, but then it's like a 3-on-1, and that's just, I hate that when my rook's trying to stop all these pawns. Okay, check. At least in this instance, we have checks on checks on checks. Okay, king d6. Okay, we can push. I don't know if that helps me. Okay, check. Rook down. That's an idea. Yep. We guard. Let's check first. And then we'll go over. Should have took the draw, y'all. Should have took the draw. But you know what? We out here. Okay, king g2 is forced. Okay, I like that this is there. We take. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I think I'm kind of toasted here. Okay. Resign, yeah. I dropped it there at the end. Okay, so that said, going back to here, okay. So you play the Nagmanson. If they take with the pawn, you throw in a check. They take, best move, you check. The engine move here, the only move that gives black a better game, king f6. That's the only one. Then we play rook e1. And yeah, the only move here that's not losing for black is here. And then they run. But, I mean, who in their right mind is going to go king f6, right? King e8 is playable, but I don't know. It's hard. It's hard with all this pressure that white's putting on. And, you know, we can, I mean, yeah, taking with the rook's fine. Check, check, check. I mean, it's brutal. There's so many lines in this. So, yeah, it's, the Nachmanson Gambit's crazy. But yeah, all right. Okay, okay, we're still up today. First loss, I think we're at like 4 or 5 wins maybe. Should have took the draw. Okay, playing as black again. Okay, d4. Let's go for d6. And then we're going to go for an English rat defense, okay? English rat defense is what this is called. Very interesting opening, very sound, performs very well at the top levels. And white could take and then take my queen, but that's what we want. So we'll see. White is taking their time here. I mean, common responses include taking, pushing, knight f3. There's a number of options there. But we'll see what they do. Okay. Okay. So now with the English rat, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this pawn to c6, f6, and we're just going to build a very solid fortress. So both of those knights are neutralized now. Right. Okay, we can go bishop e6 now. We're going to go knight d7, king, bishop, knight, start hurling pawns. You're basically getting the same thing every single game, which is nice. You get to kind of grow in your skills in these types of positions. And it's very hard for white. I feel like because this pawn is on c4, black definitely gets some nice positional advantages. Mikhail Tal actually played this, believe it or not. I have a couple games on the channel with him playing this, but he liked this. Okay, I could play g5. I could offer a trade. I'm going to take it slow and just play g5 to start. And notice all of this is covered. So it's very hard for white to take advantage of that. Okay, h5. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard of the English rat, you should think about it, especially if you're a Czech PIRC or PIRC defense player, because it starts with the move of d6. All right, let's tuck this knight. I want to tuck this knight before I play g4, or before I even think about it, because I don't really want that knight having that option. Okay, rook d1, we can tuck the knight. Okay, rook e1. Yeah, we could push. That works. I also kind of like the idea of a knight being on f4 and there not being a bishop there, but I can't do this because if I do that, they're not going to take. They're going to check me and then take. So let's play b6 so that this is supported. That way if you sack, I don't care because my bishop's supported twice. Okay, a3. Okay. Now when we trade these, there's a trade-off. d6 is a little bit weaker, but f4 is weaker as well. Right. And maybe I can double up here and start to push. Yeah, and in terms of backwards pawns, this pawn is technically not backwards because it is not on a semi-open file. If you have this position and this pawn's not here, this is backwards. If this pawn is here, wait, let me say that again. If this pawn is not here, this is backwards. If it is here, it's not, right? It's because there's nothing that can attack it on the open file. So to be backwards, you have to have no pawn that is supporting it or can support it, check. No pawn that can support it pushing, and there's an enemy pawn covering that square, check, and it's on a semi-open file. So technically here, it's not backwards, and I'm not as worried about it because of that. I mean, honestly, one thing white could do is just keep the bishop there. If I take, I know this sounds crazy, but those pawns really do fortify white's position quite a bit. That's an idea. They don't. It's a little risky, but a good player can make that work. I mean, if they really don't want to lose their bishop, they got to run. I kick. I push. There's a pin there. I mean, this, guys, the English rat can really unfold fast. So, yeah, and again, it's very straightforward. F6, C6. Put the bishop on E6. Start tucking those knights. I ended up pushing, but yeah, I mean, yeah, just none of these moves I've made are hard to make. Right? They're not complicated. They're not genius. They're just solid moves. You know what you want, you go get it. Bishop takes C5. We'll take with the knight. One idea as well is to get this bishop out of the way and then start maneuvering in that sense. Okay, we'll drop. Okay, rook d2. There, can we get away with this? I'm going to wait one more move. Push. Try to open up that H file. I mean, yeah, they might want to think about knight e1, just not letting me break that open. But we'll see. Yeah, we could see taking. We could see. Okay, so the knight runs back. Yeah, that's still in my favor to break this open. So it takes. H4, I'm just going to keep trying to blast that side of the board open here. Okay, king defends. That's good. All right, take. So we have a passer. We're up a pawn. But white has some activity here. That's definitely a little bit concerning. We could go crazy. F5, rook in, rook e8, pawn up. Yeah, let's try it. I got to try to dislodge that king because it's barely hanging on. And honestly, b6 may have been a little bit premature. I feel like white's had some opportunities to play b5 with the idea of whether I take, don't take, push, whatever, then d5 is going to get weak. So, you know, keeping this here can be good because it kind of guarantees that this knight is never going to do anything. But it does support c5, so I don't know. Pros and cons. All right, takes, we'll capture. g4. Yeah, that's good. Let's go. Bishop e6. The rook jumps in. Let's activate. I'm not so much looking to go after the king right now. I'm more looking to take this bishop and then maybe take on g4. Maybe rook over if I can find the time. Probably have to push. Okay, bishop f3. That is a good move. All right, so we can. Okay, maybe rook g8 could work. Yeah, it could work. but I don't know. I should probably attack and get out of there. The guy just texted, "I'm a fan," smiley face. That's nice. Okay, rook takes e6. I don't like being pinned, but I don't like being there either. That just feels like a recipe for, well, wait. Okay, I guess I could take. Nah. I'm just gonna run for my life here. King back. See what they do. I'm not playing How Chess again today, but we should soon. We were messaging back and forth a little bit. He said his viewers liked how I was playing. I know you guys enjoyed how he was playing. That was a wild 6 games. Every game I was up 7 points, and I went 4-2. Maybe not 7 every game, but most games I was up 7 points, and then he kept making it crazy. Very Mikhail-like. Okay, in a rare turn of events, we are up on time. So let's just acknowledge that it's possible to be up on time. Knight d3. Yeah. Takes. Eek. Okay, whatever. We're going to take that. Thankfully, I have my rook defending this, so that's good. Okay, so we can take this. I mean, we kind of have to, right? Knight takes e5 comes. Okay, I could check and then threaten mate. I'm kind of leaning towards that right now. Yeah, let's check that king. But if I threaten mate, the knight stops it. Okay, even material, a lot of pressure on me. Very close to mating white. I could go h2. Let's try h2. Basically, I'm trying to distract this rook from pinning me. Okay, that guy pins me. That's great. Do I run back and defend? Do I go king c8 takes? I mean, this could be a draw. King over. Takes. Check. Ooh, they take. Okay, so right now I could check. Takes. Might be headed towards a draw. So I'm down a pawn now. That doesn't work. That I think is okay. Okay, king over. Trade. Yeah, this should be a draw. I'm down a pawn, but we should be able to hold this, maybe. A5. Sure. Yeah, so I'm going to look at where I messed up there, because I had a nice position. Knight check. Nah. King in. King in. King in is the way to go, you feel me? I think. Boom, takes, boom, 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 ooh, boom. Maybe it's not the way. Check. I mean, I could go to b2, but why? I'm just threatening nothing because the king comes in. Okay, I'll try that. Okay, fair enough. King in. Okay, knight here. Eyeing up that pawn. Takes. It's probably a draw. Probably a draw in that position. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, white's winning. Okay, we're going to have to look at this. King over. Yeah, white's just winning. See if I can do some little stalemate trick or something. But it's not looking good, guys. Okay, I was actually going to end the stream this game, but since I'm about to lose, we got to play another one, right? You can't end on a loss. Trying to, yeah, get your knight here. Yeah, king in. Yep. Boom. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at that because I was doing fine. Okay, so well, let's go back. Okay, so right here the engine likes my position. Okay, this is all fine. Okay, that's a mistake. Interesting. It wants rook and then defense. Okay, fair enough. We're not losing though. Yeah, so this is a draw. Maybe I just gotta hang tight. So the engine's saying king d6, king e5. I didn't want to leave these pawns here though. I guess I check, check, a6. Give up my pawn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these are very hard moves to find in this time control. Okay, let's see if we can finish off on a dub, y'all. Okay, so we've played a lot of different things. Colorado Gambit, Owens. Okay, we're seeing d4. Let's do a St. George defense. Shout out to Nick Luciano. And then I play it like a French, usually. Okay, d5. c5. Knight c6. Takes, yeah. Okay. 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 Just trying to add pressure to that pawn on d4, right? Kind of a French defense idea. b5. Queen b6 is probably good too. But I don't mind this. Okay, if they push, I go knight c4. I don't think we're going to see push though. So yeah, bishop b7, knight c4. These are all good concepts to think about. Right. Okay. I usually wouldn't end on a loss, but I gotta hang out with my wife, so no matter what happens here, this is the last game for tonight. H5 could be good at some point. It does weaken G5, but that could be a good way to make some space happen. Okay. We go H5. Maybe we go G5, maybe. That's kind of wild, but it looks fun. It depends where they go, though. Like, if they go queen d2, then I just can't because they have too many attackers. Unless I take and then push. Although, wait. If they're there, I go fork. Yeah. Easy to miss that. Okay, so we're up the exchange now. We'll trade because we're up the exchange. We will push because it's fun. Just try to open up that H file. That was probably a little reckless. Castling's probably more principled, but we don't got time for that right now. G5. That bishop can activate. Can't push this pawn. That's always a bad idea. Okay. So we got H file. That's great. Okay, I think I see something, maybe. Maybe not. I was thinking about pushing to g3 with the idea of... But I think if I go g3, they just run right back and they cover h2. Okay, fair enough. Takes... Alright, we'll keep pushing it. I mean, that's a annoying pawn for white to work against. Yep, knight g4. Okay, bishop g5. If knight f6 check, I think I can take with my queen, because takes either way, check, check, and mate. You could actually take either way. So knight f6 is not a threat. Probably going to see queen d3. In which case, that is something to look at. Okay, rook f3. Maybe, I don't know. This almost works, guys. But my king's in the way and h2 is covered. Never mind. I could run. Maybe I just pin this knight and then play solid, I guess. Okay, we'll pin the knight to start. That way, if white tries to get cute at all with sacks, I have at least some activity. b4 could work at some point. Yeah, white's taking their time here. Different things. I mean, knight f6 is definitely interesting. I probably just have to take it. But they can kind of do that whenever they want, so they don't necessarily have to be in a rush. Okay, queen b3, yep. Thinking about this for some reason. So queen b3, rook c4, takes, we're fine. I could go queen e7. That feels a little bit more principled, a little bit more safe. I don't think running the king over is an answer. And even if I go here and then they take, then that is a threat. So, yeah, it's not going to do much. The rook doesn't have anywhere to go from that point. Okay, let's start with queen e7, just so I have this covered, that covered. I can run. Okay. Rook takes g3. Yeah, it was definitely a little crazy to push g5 in this game. Okay, maybe if I can run over here, I'm good. So I'm just going to start running over. When in doubt, just start sprinting your king over, and then I can start attacking again. The question is, does white have a sacrifice that can make an attack happen? I mean, the downside of them sacking is that, for them, is that my rook gets activity. But the upside is that there's a lot of potential stuff that can take place. The queen can't do anything at this point. They could play a nah, they just push. Yeah, just push. A4, boom, 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 boom. Keep running. Yeah, we should be okay. Okay, 4-11. Okay, they do sack. Yeah, I mean, they do got to try to make something happen. All right, we can take. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's... Interesting moment here. Yeah, let's check. Throw the king into check. I have bishop h4 next if I want it, which I think I do. Right? We're up. What are we up? We're up the exchange. No, we're up a rook for 3 pawns. That is a freaking inequality right there. Imbalance. Knight f6. As crazy as this looks, I mean, even rook g8 and then queen g5 is an option. Right? Or taking, check, check. King goes there, checkmate. King goes there, checkmate. King goes here, check, 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 check. If they go there, check. They go back though. Check, check, check. Okay, that wins. Yeah, interesting spot. See what they do, you know what I mean? Yeah, because they do have a good attack. I think the problem is that I don't think I have a check here. Their king's not safe, you know what I mean? It's very exposed right now. So a lot of different things we could look at. Phantom Agent 47, what's up, man? Okay, white's burning their clock here, just absolutely toasting it. I'm not gonna act like I haven't done that, but okay, so here I think we can go rook over. Doesn't hurt to complicate things either with my opponent only having 1 minute on the clock. Not to say we should just make a dumb move and hope they don't see it, but complicating the game. You see a good complicating move, you see a good boring move, maybe go with the complicating one. Okay, they don't take. We can check. Yeah, that is freaking dangerous. Okay, let's check first. I'm thinking check here. That's what I'm leaning towards. Okay, but I do have an advantage on the clock, so I can take a little time here and think about it. Okay, check. I'm up 7 points. If I can withstand this attack, we're good. We're golden. Check. That doesn't help me though. Right? I mean, goodness. Okay, I guess I could check and then go queen here. I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's throw a check in. Then we'll go queen c7. If takes, I don't think I should take that. I might be able to get away with it, but it... Ooh, no. Here, check, takes, check. King runs, checkmate. Rook comes back, check d7. Bishop comes back, b6. Yeah, I don't know. It looks messy. So, but okay, I think queen here. If check, I run. If check, I run. Is the plan. So I'm trying to limit that queen from checking at all. I'm threatening mate. I'm not taking that knight. That looks like a nightmare. Nightmare. Yeah, we gotta run. Yeah, white's down 6 points, so they have to checkmate me here or get like the queen or something. Yeah, I mean, they take my rook, that's fine. Yeah, we take. We go, I think we go g6. I don't really want to give that queen more options. Ooh, g7 looks good though. Let's go g7. We're looking at this. And then we have mate. All right, y'all. Hey, thank you for watching today's stream. I appreciate you guys. This was the first chess openings marathon where every single game we played something different during that stream. Shout out to, I mean, gosh, where do we even start? I mean, shout out to John, JC, and Luis for helping make the stream happen. Thank you to all of you who made the stream happen. Make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, if you guys are interested in private lessons or in any of my 8 online courses, and 9th and 10th are coming on the way, you can check out the description below. Thanks, and yeah, have a good night.